Good evening. Welcome to Robert's Reading Room and Reviews. Happy New Year. I didn't get to do that the other time, so I just wanted to say Happy New Year. I'm here to do my latest book review. Before I get into my latest book review, I want to thank my literary twin, Diane Member, for this wonderful design for my new banner, Robert's Reading Room and Reviews. And also, Andrew, thanks a lot. Appreciate you both. I just want to say this book, this author is new to me. This is her debut, and very impressed. Love what I read. With no further ado, I am talking about The Damage by Caitlin Warrior. I love this cover. I want to say if you're a light reader, you don't like trauma, depression, this book is not for you. That's a warning. I don't discourage you to read it because I feel like you need to read it because this is a different read. Okay, this deals with the main character, Nick Hall. He has a brother by the name of Tony, Julia. This, all three of those are main characters, but it deals with Nick Hall. Nick is a 20-year-old college student who's living in an apartment. He has three roommates, and he's gay. He's texting this young guy by the name of Chris, but Chris, he's not. Something ain't right with him. I just put it that way. He's done stood him up several times, and his roommates was like, let it go, move on. So they're texting, and finally they Nick texts him final time, and he finally responded because he would text him throughout the day, even when he was in school. And they supposed to meet up at this bar, and so Nick and Elle go to this bar. Nick is sitting there, they're drinking. He's looking at the time. Chris stands him up again. So Elle needs to use the restroom. She tells Nick to go get them two more drinks. Nick goes to get the drinks at the bar, and a gentleman starts talking to him. He turns around and he's like infatuated, like, because this man is very handsome. He can't believe this man is talking to him. They sit there for a while and talk. And of course, Nick asks his name, and this gentleman says his name is Josh, which is not true. As you know, Robert's Reading Room and Reviews. I do talk about the book, but I'm not going to give any spoilers because you need to read for yourself. They talk, and so they leave to go to Josh's hotel, and that's where the sexual assault rape took place. And Nick, the next morning, go home, and his roommate basically takes him to the hospital. Tony was just, woo. Mm. I'm just gonna say the Hall family, each one, Tony, Julia, and Nick, they had secrets and secrets and secrets. And after this assault, I'm just surprised that they was able to hold their family together, and especially Julia and Tony. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And I love John Rice, the detective that was investigating this sexual assault. Just the way he was with Julia, because she kind of remind him of his wife who had passed away. He's dealing with something personal himself. Um, I was kind of skeptical for a minute because like the author is going from like 2015 to 2019 back and forth, and I tried to read other authors before, and they was just going from this year, that year, this year, this year, that year, and it kind of got confusing. You really had to pay attention to what was going on in the book. But what got me was when she Julia called Tony in the line. She went to the office, and that took place. For a minute there, when Julia was talking about her family, which is Tony and the kids, Tony had like put all his effort into Nick trying to find out, or I don't want to say get revenge on this Josh, which is not his real name, and she questioned his relationship with his own brother. And I was there with her until the author went back and showed you how Nick father and Tony father, because they have the same father but not the same mother, but Nick father and mother was just how they was when Tony came there, and Nick was outside and he went inside, and what was going on the inside of their house. When I read that part, I was like, oh, I get why he's so protective of Nick and things. I even got Drew to read this book. He finished it today. Three other of my friends on Facebook said they want to read it because I was talking about how good it was, and it is very good. Um, Elise, I was very shocked when Julia reached out to Elise. Not so much about Charlie when she was doing what she was doing, and Tony was keeping what he was keeping from him. But I love how she was like, I'm gonna take care of the situation rather than let Tony do it. I love how that turned out. The only thing I did not like was the ending. I just didn't like the ending. I wanted more. I understand the ending, but I just needed more. But this is definitely a must read. I highly recommend this book. Um, Please subscribe to Robert's Reading Room and Reviews, my YouTube channel. Like, click the like button, the bell for anytime I upload content. I'm also on Instagram. It's Robert underscore reading underscore room. My Facebook group is Robert's Reading Room and Reviews also too. I want to thank those who support Robert's Reading Room and Reviews. Greatly appreciate it. Again, please check out The Damage by Caitlin Warrior. You would not be disappointed. And what I take from this book is that after reading this book, I was just like, even talking to you, I was like, you just don't know in real life how many men that's out there that's went through what Nick Hall went through, and it's not being reported. It just made me think because you're too ashamed or embarrassed, especially if you're gay, because some people, will probably say the wrong thing. But again, happy readers till next review. Look forward to seeing you. But again, that Damage by Caitlin Warrior.